The North is no more, according to General Lekwot. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Selfish people have destroyed our region. IBB is an awkward character. How I was framed, tried, convicted and pardoned for a crime I never committed. Good governance, antidote to two coups. General Zamanda Lekwot retired is not given to much media appearances. He has spent all his life in the military, from military school to becoming a general. Along the way, he was the military governor of River State in 1975 to 1978, commandant of the Nigerian Defense Academy (NDA) Kaduna 1979 to 1972, and General Officer Commander GOC of 82 Division Enugu. He was also the Nigerian ambassador to Senegal with concurrent accreditation to neighboring countries. Many young people may not know you. You started life in Jakarta. Can you tell us about that period of your life? He replied, I was born in Jankasa, Zango Kataf local government area in the southern Kaduna. I was born during the Second World War, but there was no record, and as such, but my mother just put 1, 2, and 3 events together and remembered very well when aircraft used to fly all over the place. I did my primary school in Jankasa. All right, that we were. Okay, so what period did she allocate to your date of birth? He replied, the war started a year earlier. I did my primary school in Jankasa and Abuja, now Suleja Senior Primary School. It was built by Niger, Benue, and Zara provinces, and students were contributed. I was on the batch from the then Zaria province. From there, I went to the Nigerian Military School, NMS Zaria, and then proceeded to the Indian International Defense Academy. Was the choice of a military school deliberate? They asked. He replied, I would say yes. We were doing sports one evening and we saw a European standing by the road beside his jeep. We had overheard the sounds of bugle every morning and evening. The following day, he came and we were doing physical training, and a day later, we saw soldiers parading. The military, was the choice of a military school deliberate? In reply, he said, I would say yes. We were doing sports one evening and we saw a European standing by the roadside beside his jeep. We had heard the sounds of bugle every morning and evening. The following day, he came out and we were doing physical training. And a day later, we saw soldiers parading. The military position I, late General Maman Vasta, late Group Captain Osman Jibril, and 2 others went. We did the interview and we were invited. I think I was the only one who went to the military school. How was the experience in India? He replied, he says, the Indian experience was very impressive because the weather there in that part of India, Pune, is within the equator. In terms of temperature, it rains more because the monsoon rain is there. I found the Indians a very interesting people, very hardworking, and they were producing things for themselves. Their military is one of the best in the world in terms of professionalism. Alright, I found the Indians very interesting people, very hardworking, and they were producing things for themselves. Their military is one of the best in the world in terms of professionalism. We were 6 actually, 4 naval cadets, and 2 army. My second colleague, who was also from NMS and was late Colonel Isa Ahmed, who was married to Nuhu Ribadi's sister. We were at home in India reading. Were you comfortable with the food? He replied, yes, there were various, but basically they were the same. In any case, soldiers are trained to acclimatize everywhere you go. Alright, yes, they were variations, but basically they were the same. In any case, soldiers were trained to acclimatize anywhere they go. When you came back from India, I believe the Nigerian Civil War was just starting. They asked. In reply, he said it hadn't started. In fact, out of the 6 of us, I was the only one who returned home late because we spent 3 years in the Indian Convent Academy, which happened to be the mother NDA. The naval cadets, after 3 years in Pune, went to the Naval Academy. Then the late called Ahmed and I reported to the Indian Military Academy to specialize. After our graduation, after graduation, the late Ahmed, who joined the artillery, returned to Nigeria. I, for one, was in the Indian artillery for a while because the infantry course was not scheduled until later. I am proud to say that what I learned at the artillery taught me a lot of things that I found useful during the Civil War. After that, I went to the Indian Infantry School for 3 months. I did my course before I returned to Nigeria on 31st March 1967. The Civil War broke out in July. Alright. And you went straight into the war front, they asked. He replied, I was posted to 6th Battalion, Ikeja. The late Brigadier Benjamin Adekunle was the CO. The late General Gibson. Okay, I was posted to 6th Battalion, Ikeja. The late Brigadier Benjamin Adekunle was the CO. The late General Gibson Jalo was the second in command. When the war broke out Alright. I was posted to 6th Battalion Ikeja. The late Brigadier Benjamin Adekunle was the CO, and the late General Gibson Jalo was the second in command when the war broke out. The 6th Battalion reinforced and we went and captured Bonny. They asked, your company captured Bonny? In reply, he said, not company. Well, yes, I was a company commander. Our battalion captured Bonny, and then 2 other battalions were floating in the sea just in case. After Bonny was secured, then others were located. They asked, how was the battle for Bonny? Was this something really important in terms of a final victory? In reply, he said, it was important because Bonny commanded the entrance into Port Harcourt for a very long time. That's Port Harcourt River. It was through Port Harcourt, through the Warri Port, that the Biafrans were smuggling weapons into Port Harcourt and Warri. Bonny fell on the 23rd of July within the first week of August 2020.